Hey fam, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am always excited and honored to be in your space. And if you guys are new here, my name is Cassandra. I am the witch, author, poet, and performer of Magic of Eden. And my niche is combining the arts of poetry and magic to help you reclaim your power and reach your highest potential. So we are going to be doing a pick a card reading. And as you can see, I already have the decks laid out. And you guys already know that it is routine by now for me to start off with a quick prayer. Divine, I thank you so much for allowing me to be the vessel that relays any messages that the person listening to this may need right now. I want to thank you so much for providing your benevolent love and divine protection around us right now. And I also welcome in our guides, our angels, our archangels, our beings of light, benevolent beings who want the best for our highest and our greatest good. I welcome in our ancestors and all those beings who help to guide us throughout our journey called life. Thank you so much, Divine, for allowing us time and space to fellowship together and to immerse ourselves into this timeless reading. I set the intention that the person and or people listening to this message right now feels loved, feels seen, feels protected, feels adored, feels warm, and feels secure. Thank you so much for allowing us to be in a safe space where we can fully express ourselves and take what we need and leave what does not resonate. And it is said, it is so, it is done. Ashe, ashe, asheo. Okay, you guys, thank you all for diving into that prayer with me. So right now, I would like to invite you to just take a few deep breaths and allow yourself to tune into your own internal energy. I set the intention that this reading give you whatever messages that you need, and that you take what you need and that you discard what you don't. And I also set the intention that whatever messages comes through either gives you a new sense of wisdom and or is confirmation for whatever you've already felt. Also, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a chance to choose your decks. I do have 3 different crystals here. I have 1 egg, an amethyst, and a raw clear quartz here. I'm going to go ahead and take a few steps back to let you guys breathe and pick your decks now. You may or may not be open to choosing 1 or more. That is completely up to you, and I will be right back. You guys, so at this point you should have already chosen your decks. I'm gonna go ahead and move these cards over so that way we can focus on the first deck, right? Okay, so deck number 1, we have an egg here, and we also have the love card, which I think is super awesome. And shout out to the creator of this deck. I was eyeing it for a while, and I am so glad I made the choice because it is such a beautiful deck. And we're going to be pairing that with the what deck is this at the bottom? Tarot of the Divine at the bottom, and then the Artist Decoded deck, which I love. Like, as much as I don't like the fact that that AI was used to make this deck, you know, in conjunction with the artist's creativity, I can't knock the fact that it is a very beautiful deck. And as an artist myself, of course, I fell in love with it. All right, cool. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And yes, so with this deck, I'm not going to lie, or with this pile number 1, I cannot help but feel a sense of newness, and I cannot help but feel a sense of like rejuvenation. And it feels like a fresh start. Like, it really does. I feel like if you guys are, you know, looking for relationships for whatever reason, this does feel like new love. It really does feel like a fresh start. It feels like a break from the old life. And actually, it feels like a complete turnaround. Like, you may have shown up in a certain way, and as a result of you know, showing another part of yourself, you literally have walked or stepped into a new door, and or this could be a prophetic message about what's to come in the future for you. So if you guys are currently not in a relationship, I do feel like you guys are going to be in a new relationship. I do think that with this question, it's so funny because with this deck, actually, excuse me, the question that I heard was, what are you choosing? And it's so interesting because it's like, what are you choosing? What is good for you? what do you know intuitively to be good for you? Like, you know what I mean? And what attachments are you breaking in order to welcome in this new love or welcome in this new space, like welcome in this new blessing? It's so interesting. And I feel like this is the direct opposite of something that you guys have experienced before in your past life. And by past life, I mean that literally, like your past life before you incarnated here. And also past life meaning you stepped out of certain situations and groups, you know, stepped out of certain groups, you stepped out of a certain life, and you're now entering into this new space. And I heard the word wholesome. It's almost kind of like you're stepping more into this new wholesome way of being. You may have changed your diet. You may have changed your routine. You may have changed your self-care routines. I feel like there's some type of working that was done, some type of self-love working that was done, and now you're about to feel the direct effects of it. Now, with this, though, does come with some type of feeling of you may have experienced, you know, dirt, grime, and muck and filth and things of that nature. And I'm also getting this picture of a lotus flower. It's so interesting because with this lotus flower, I do feel a sense of newness. It feels like newness, but it also feels like some type of expanded consciousness and some type of rebirth and spiritual expansion. That's what this feels like. Whatever this love is, I just heard the power of two. Like, and I'm also seeing a doorway. Like, what are you choosing? There's this doorway with you guys for whatever reason. And I'm now getting a vision of someone twisting a doorknob, and as they're like kind of opening the door a little bit, it really does, I'm seeing a flash of light, but it's like this pearlescent light. And then now the door is opening and there's this beautiful lush garden. You know how like in the movies, like where you see, like when you go to like this, like one part of like a dry desert or whatever, and then next thing you know, you see like this very beautiful lush garden with waterfalls and mountains and lots of green fruits, berries, fairies, all that stuff. Like that's the vibe I'm getting with this. It's so beautiful. I love it so much. And there's so much sunshine and warmth and, you know, moisture. I'm picking up on like a lot of moisture. It feels really good, like really nice silky skin as a result of exfoliating, you know, and things like that. I don't know why I'm picking up on exfoliating right now, but you may want to do that. And or if you guys are exfoliating too much, be careful because you don't want to break the skin and then it'd be really raw from you over exfoliating. So that's coming through, which is so odd, but I'm gonna trust it. So again, this really does feel like newness, and it feels like new love and new life, especially because we do have the egg here. It feels like this was something that was brewing from the inside. The work was done and then it was laid. This feels like a really deep cosmic spiritual connection. It feels like the question that I want to ask is what world lies within this egg? You may want to look up the symbolism of the egg. This is fertility. If anyone has had fertility issues, Spirit is saying for you to start drinking your red raspberry leaf tea and start to eat foods and things of that nature that are going to support your fertility. If you have been experiencing infertility issues, continue to work with the body, continue to fast. I've been fasting myself. I've been watching what I eat, and I'm also myself have been changing up my diet. Just because it's vegan does not mean it's healthy. So I've been changing up my diet and stuff like that. Spirit is asking, I'm hearing something about PCOS for some people. If you are experiencing anything like that, do what you need to do for your body, but also make sure that you stay away from like too much sugar and try to limit, you know, your carbs. But if you want to, like, I don't want to give you any advice, but what has been working for me has been watching the amount of carb intake, also eating more whole carbs, like, you know, whole foods. I've been eating a lot more whole foods, right? And not a lot of processed carbs. And I've seen a major turnaround on my health. Okay. So yes, that's what I'm hearing for you guys. This does feel like newness. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and use the Artist Decoded deck. This deck is so beautiful, you guys, like for real. Also, we're going to be using 2 tarot decks because it's going to be this one. And I also pulled a few cards from Tarot of the Divine, which is underneath this pile. So yes, we definitely will be using that. Oh, I love that. Page of Cups. Oh my God, 3 of Cups. So beautiful. So interesting and amazing. Okay, Spirit, what is it that we are pulling here for pile number 1? The 2 of Wands is the first card to show face here. So we have let's put this here. And we have the Two of Wands here. Let's put this over there. This card did not want to show face, but it did come out. Oh, the Temperance card came out. Balance. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. That is, oh, whoa. Okay, whoa. Empress card. The Devil. What are you choosing? What are you choosing? That's so interesting that that came out. And like a whole bunch of cards just decided to like show themselves. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue. Okay, can we just take a moment to marvel at the beauty of this aesthetic here? Can we just, yo, seriously, like, look at the aesthetic. This is so beautiful. Like, I can't even deal with how beautiful this is. Anyways. All right, bet. So basically, I really do feel the need to just tell you guys to just simply be open to new love and to be open to whatever it is that you've been wanting to see for yourself play out. There's just this idea of like infinite possibilities. Oh wow, as I say that, the Full card came out. This is a new beginning and a new start for somebody. And I don't know why, but I'm hearing the word restraint. It's so interesting that the word restraint is coming through with such new and open energy. But the reason why I feel like that's coming through now is because with restraint, there needs to be the Queen of Swords is showing up for you guys. It needs to be some type of responsibility and restraint, meaning that when you do go out into this new world, or when you do go venture off into this new land or whatever, knowing restraint and setting boundaries for yourself and using your discernment will let you know not only what is for you, but it will let you know how much to take, what is good for you, what you know you need in your life. But it also puts you in a space where you can actually observe the thing for what it is and show gratitude as well. For whatever reason, there's an element of gratitude coming forth and you knowing what to do better with this thing. Some of you guys were in situations where you felt like, okay, you didn't know what to do with something or someone, and as a result of that, there were so many things that were done in this particular dynamic, and there were lots of mistakes that were made on your end and also as well as on the other person's end. But as you grow and mature, you notice, okay, this is what I used to do and this is what I did when I was in this space, but now that I'm moving on, I've grown more, I know more, I am more mature in this element, and I know now what to do with this kind of energy should it come back into my life again. For those of you guys that have felt hopeless, as if you wouldn't be able to receive this new beautiful thing, I don't know why I'm hearing the word trial run or test run, but it's almost, and it sucks to say it this way, but it almost kind of feels like some of you guys are in situations where it was almost kind of like a trial run to see how far you had come. And now that you're in a space of maturity, you know now what to do to ensure that whatever this thing is, that it does last a bit longer. This is not something that you want to take your time with this thing. Yes. Oh man, you want to take your time with this thing, you know, whatever it is. And the reason is because you want to make sure that the same mistakes are not made. There's something very specific about mistakes going on here. Now for the cards, we do have the Two of Wands, the Temperance card, we have the Empress, we have the Devil card, the Fool, Queen of Swords, we have Knight of Cups, Page of Cups, Ace of Wands, Eight of Cups, and the Hangman. I do feel like someone learned some kind of lesson, someone learned what to do, and someone is making more responsible choices. The Devil card here does not indicate anything negative or anything harmful. The Devil card to me is showing up as adventure, it's showing up as exploration, it's showing up as responsibility, it's showing up as exploring some type of territory. Like there's this deep sense of, actual exploration. It does feel heated, it feels very passionate, it feels very hot, it feels very forbidden. It's almost kind of like, should I go and eat this forbidden fruit? And the universe is like, yes, you should. And the reason is because you want to. And although you may be like, damn, like, is it gonna kill me though? And the spirit is saying, this is something that you know is for you, and in fact you believe that it's forbidden, but that's just because the reason why it feels forbidden is because those are thoughts that you're carrying with you from other people telling you that you shouldn't do this, to proceed with caution because they have a certain level of fear and they project it out onto you. So the forbidden fruit represents something that someone has told you not to do, and you're doing it anyway for the sake of exploration and for the sake of fulfilling your desires. If you decided to go forth and move according to your desires, then I don't see anything bad happening. Instead, what I see is you leveling up and you expanding your consciousness out of you honoring the fact that this was a desire for you. And I feel like when you start to go within and you make your own decisions and you make decisions out of love, your desires will be fulfilled. It just feels that way. Especially with the double card here sitting right above the Ace of Wands. It does feel very explorative. And it just feels good. It feels, orgasmic, and it feels like a fresh start. I do feel also that with the Queen of Swords showing up right now, this is a call for you to really tap into your ability to say and express what you want without hesitation and without shame. And with the Queen of Swords here, I feel like this is you standing firm and rooted in your divine feminine power in a way that not only is graceful, but in a way that lets people know this is what you want, and you setting any boundary over what over yourself so that you can experience what you want. This is you breaking free and welcoming in this new space of love, because for some of you guys, you were in spaces where you allowed the thoughts of other people and the actions of other people determine what you do, and now you're choosing differently. People are telling you to go this way, but your intuition may be saying, no, but we need to head this way. And in the past, you more than likely are someone that did what the majority told you to do. But now Spirit is saying, asking you, what are you choosing? Are you still choosing to go in this direction where you know is not good for you? Or are you going in this direction, are you going in the opposite direction because this is actually what's good for you? You know what I mean? And I feel that for whatever reason, I'm hearing that your routine should be able to not only honor, but you don't just honor yourself through routine, but your routine should be able to support your flexibility and your ability to just be free. And I feel like now you're in a space where you're learning how important it is to lean into your understanding, but also lean into what I'm hearing for some of you guys is ancestral wisdom, but not even just that. Taking what you know that you need and leaving everything else at the door. Also remember, Spirit is asking you right now to take your time with this process. And the reason why Spirit is saying take your time is because you don't want to rush into something and then unfortunately tarnishing it. Does that make sense? You really want to take your time with this. What I'm seeing right now is a baby duck, and I'm seeing someone hold it, but the baby duck is kind of uncomfortable, and baby chick or baby duck, one of those. It's yellow. It's a duck. So basically someone's holding it, but they're holding it too tightly. And this little baby duck is just kind of like, okay, can you let me go, please? Because you're holding on to me too tightly. And the reason why Spirit is saying this is because, or the reason why I'm being shown this is because there's something very new, something very, very fragile. And if you have too tightly of an attachment onto it, you can risk hurting and harming this thing, even though your intention is not to do so. You want to give this thing a little bit of wiggle room to be free to express itself. You want to give this thing, room to just simply spread its wings and learn. Let it go. It's not going anywhere. Spirit is saying to let it roam free, because this is you understanding that everything is temporary, but this thing just simply needs to figure out this new environment. Now, this thing is in the form of a person. Try your best not to attach yourself so deeply onto the person, because you can run the risk of running them away. And this could be in the form of a person, it could be a form of a job, it could be in the form of something dealing with yourself. You want to make sure that you give this person room, or this energy room, to roam free, because that is you expressing or showing the fact that you have trust. right? Now, if you're clinging too tightly, sometimes we don't trust that things will stay, and that is exactly the reason why things fail, because we don't want things to leave us, because we don't want to deal with the trauma. Let's just go back, to the root. It's we don't want to experience this trauma. We want these things to stay. We want to be secure. We want to be loved. But just know that just because you're taking your time does not mean that it's going to leave you. You have to be able to trust yourself and know that this thing that is coming into your life right now it's for you. It's for you. And I really do want to give you the reassurance that as long as you are allowing yourself to just simply be into flow and to just observe this thing and just know that this new life that you're creating is promising, I do feel that you'll know that it will be long lasting. Some of you guys want to make sure that this love that you're calling in is long lasting, and I'm here to let you know that it is. It really is. Like, I really do feel that this is so new. It's so new, and it's almost like, wow, 9 of Cups. Oh, Queen of Cups and a 9 of Cups. You guys, this is a very watery reading. Oh, this reading is very watery. Damn, you guys got a lot of cups coming out here. I really do feel like now is your time to really whatever choices that you're choosing, whatever choices you're making, please, I want you to make them, please, you guys, from a space of maturity. And I know that sometimes in the past there may have been moments where you made choices out of a desire to be secure, and sometimes you just choose anything. I'm not saying that to you, but that is the vibe though. For some of you guys, you choose things for the sake of choosing them because you want something right now. Know what is for you and know what is not. And I don't mean that in a very biased way, because sometimes we think we're choosing things that we think are good for us or that we believe that are good for us, but that does not mean that they are. Sometimes they only serve a temporary, for a temporary moment, but sometimes the things that we choose, sometimes we choose them out of trauma, sometimes we choose them out of lack of discernment, out of a lack of maturity, and sometimes we choose them, what the word is, what I'm hearing is naivety. This is not a time for you to be naive, and this is the time where, and I almost kind of see for some of you guys, I don't know why this feels like a relationship or like a new relationship, but it's almost like one of those things where you're just like, look, like, this is what I don't have time for. If you're just gonna come along and just try to, ruin this or, take from me, I have nothing to give you, leave me alone. And this other person, what I'm hearing is like, they're just like, listen, like, I know you've been through a lot, and I'm not here for that. I want to experience you, and I also want to be an experience for you, but I want to do this with you. You just have to trust that I'm not here to take from you. I'm only here to be an addition to your life. And you may be coming across someone that is like emotionally aware and intelligent, who's healed and who is aware of their traumas and triggers and who is actively doing the work. This is not a surface level or mediocre friendship or relationship. This is very healthy. This is what a healthy relationship is going to look like, or this is what a relationship that is healthy actually looks like. And for some of you guys, it's like, I gotta see it to believe it. And it's like, well, if you give yourself a chance to be open, you will see it. But it's you trying to protect yourself so hard. That's exactly the reason why you can't see it. For some of you guys, I'm being told to tell you that the brick wall you put up, baby, it's time to knock that down, because if you don't, then it's going to be hard for anything to come in, and it's hard for anything to get out. Now, I know that I've made this reference before, and Spirit is telling me to remind you again. If you have too harsh of a brick wall put up, so cloud high or sky high or galaxy high, then nothing is going to get in and nothing's going to get out, which means that you can't receive anything and you can't let anything go. So Spirit is asking you to give yourself a chance to create space for this new type of love, whatever it is. This could be a passion, which for some of you guys, it is a passion. But with the Ace of Wands here, this is like, this could be art, this could be painting, this could be poetry, this could be writing, a skill that you've, put down, or a skill or a talent that you guys let go of. And this can 100% be you immersing yourself into this thing, right? Or this really does feel like a pair. It feels like a relationship, though, to be quite honest. And I really do feel that Spirit is saying, I want you to open yourself, fly, and surrender, like I do. I want you to just jump off the edge. And the reason is because there's a sense of newness. I'm picking up on Gemini energy here. It's so beautiful. I'm picking up on Gemini energy, Pisces energy, Cancer energy. This energy feels very light. It does not feel heavy at all. This is very beautiful Venusian energy here. This is, you know, love language through romance. This feels very romantic. Like, this feels so good. And I love this for you guys. I really do feel that this is a new life. A softer life, actually. This feels very soft. It feels so soft, you know. I don't see you guys doing these things by yourself anymore. In fact, I see you guys doing a lot of things and experiencing life with a lover, with a partner, with someone else. And it just feels really good. With the Devil card here, I want you guys to be very responsible. I want you guys to really think about what you're choosing. Really think about what you're holding your attachment, what you're attaching yourself to. Also, I see marriage coming for some of you guys. I see you guys stepping out away from old lives and you honoring what once was, and you saying, you know what, this was beautiful, now I'm leaving. And it's okay. For some of you guys, this looks like a peaceful breakup. It looks like a peaceful exiting. For those of you guys that are in relationships now, I see a beautiful turnaround in your relationship. It feels so good. Like, for some of you guys, you may have argued a lot. You guys may have experienced a lot of, you know, trauma. You guys may have experienced like one person hurting the other and the other person hurting the other or whatever. I see a turnaround happening. It feels very transformative. It feels like a new fresh start in a current relationship. And I'm seeing some people like kind of like, it's almost kind of like something's being evened out. The scales are being weighed here and they're finally even. And now you guys are going to start experiencing what you came to experience. Some of you guys experienced a lot of heavy energy in your relationship, and the reason was because you had to iron the kinks out. You had to break the foundation up. You had to get to the roots, to get to the wound. And now you're loving it all the way up. You're kissing it all the way up. I don't know why I feel like I want to say this, but you're licking it and caressing it and touching it all the way up until you get to the highest point. And when you get to that highest point, you see the highest best of this person and yourself. You've been through the lowest of the lows, and now you're ascending to the highest of the highs with this individual. And that is what you can expect if you're already in a relationship. There's something being solidified here. Someone's getting married. Someone is making a commitment. Someone is making a long-term commitment. And it's so interesting because right now we're experiencing this in Saturn retrograde. But I'm gonna be real with you. I'm all about taking the energy for what it is, but also knowing that despite the fact that there is a retrograde, that you still have the power to plant seeds for the things that you want to last forever in your life, if that makes sense, or at least while you're here in flesh. And I do believe that although there's some of you guys that may be experiencing temporary relationships and things of jobs or whatever, you know, contracts and things of that nature, they may be temporary, but it's only to give you the information that you need to move forward, so that when you do make a choice for this other or this next thing, you know that what you're choosing is going to last for you. Some of you guys may be in situations where you're learning more about how to work with this type of energy, so that when you do make this decision or choice, you can do so with maturity and with higher wisdom and understanding. Okay, but I do see you guys choosing partners that are going to be here in the long run. All right, and I'm just going to stick with what I feel. All right, so we have Two of Coins here. We have the Six of Swords here. Oh my God, we have the Fool card one more time. The Fool card is here again. Yep, the Fool card. You got the Fool card twice. The Fool card is here twice. Let me see. There you go. Fool card twice. Yep. You guys might hear some kids in the background. All right, and then so with these three cards coming out right now, I really do feel, I don't know why this feels like leaving the stress behind and knowing that this does not have to be so painful. The transition doesn't have to be very painful. In fact, the more that you trust yourself and you let these things go and you just keep your hands off and you put these things down, I do see room for you guys to go and to welcome in this newness. The song Bag Lady from Erykah Badu is coming in right now. The more weight and baggage that you hold, you're going to end up missing what is actually good for you. You're going to miss this train. You're going to miss this transit. You're going to miss this bus, right? And If you do, if you continue to carry this baggage with you, it'll be so heavy to where you won't even really want to go the rest of the way. But if you decided to put the baggage down and only take what you need, then you'll be better off in that space, because you won't be so worn and tired and withered. So Spirit is saying only take what you need and allow yourself to progress and move through. And there are some things that you are not taking with you. There are some people that you are not taking with you. Mourn those relationships, grieve those relationships. It's okay that you can't. Also, this new life that you're going into is going to require another version of you to emerge. Allow that new version of you to emerge and see how much better off your life is going to be. You cannot take this oldness with you, because you cannot take this old version with you, because if you do, you are risking tarnishing what you've been setting your intention for. Okay, create space for new love. Here we go. Create space for new love. See, we were talking about that, like, oh, that's so beautiful. Create space for new love. And then we have happiness, bluebird spirit. It's so funny how we were talking about air. Okay, and then we have new beginnings. You guys, this feels so good. Gateway. Ooh. And so a new world, you guys, I'm excited. I'm excited for you, okay? And then we have security. Oh my God, you guys. This is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. And I say that because I feel like with these cards coming through right now, it really does feel like you're moving to something that is so much better. It just requires you to be more open. And I do see you guys moving into a new world. I do feel more emotional security, but the more that you stay tapped into your spiritual self, your higher self, the more that you will experience beautiful energy in this new life. And I really do feel that this is definitely a time where you can sit down and ask yourself, is this what I truly do want? Take some time to sit with yourself. Go spend time near water. Go spend time at the lake. Go spend, I don't know why I just heard something about Arizona or like the desert. Go spend time on your favorite spot. And the reason is because when you connect to nature, you connect to God, you connect to your higher self, and and you can see what is truly for you. This is a very beautiful, positive reading. This is new things all around the board. It does feel very emotionally fulfilling. It does feel like a more balanced life. You don't have to carry this weight by yourself anymore. There's someone that wants to carry the weight for you and also with you. For some of you, you are going to experience what it's like to not have to lift a finger. And that's a direct opposite of what you've had to do before. You've had the weight on your shoulders. Let the weight fall away. You've carried the world on your shoulders. Now it's time for you to relax and float and let this thing be for you what it is. And this thing will show up for you in exactly the way that you need and that you want. This thing or this person is here to fulfill your desires for you. They want to be of service for you. This thing is here to help you, right? You know what I mean? And I feel that for some of you guys that where this is work related, I see you hiring new people that is going to actually help you. You know what I mean? So you can focus on you doing what you need to do and focus on what you need. Right? And I feel like you guys can also set intention for that. We legit just had a new moon in Cancer yesterday. So the fact that we just had this new moon in Cancer, this is you planting a seed or the egg is being fertilized now, right? And then I believe the next full moon we're going to have, again, it's going to be in Capricorn again. So I feel like that's in the future, but I want to stick to the now. This feels very positive, well, favorable. It feels very favorable. It feels very loving. It feels very light, and it feels very promising, and it feels like it's longevity. I see longevity here. All right. Now, if you guys need anything from me, you guys can go to, what is my website? CassandraTurner.com. You guys can also hold my hand over at Magic of Eden on Instagram. I am going to be, creating more long form content. I feel like I want to kind of take a few steps back away from short form content because I just don't feel like it's serving me as much anymore. And plus, I don't feel like I can be of service to you guys as much doing short form content. And I just really want to build more of a relationship with you guys. And it's so funny that we're talking about relationships here because I really do want to like build more of a relationship with you guys. And I feel like making that choice is the best thing for me to do because this is how I can show up for you. So if you guys are coming across me, please, if you feel like it, just go ahead and subscribe and click the bell, the notification bell, so that you guys can see whenever I upload a video. I will be uploading once a week. and or twice a week, but the minimum I'll be uploading is once a week. And my goal is to upload on Thursdays and or whenever I can, because I do have 4 beautiful children, and so it does get kind of chaotic. So I will still upload. Okay. Also, you guys, remember to surrender. You don't have to feel like you have to control everything. Sometimes it's better for you to not get your hands in it. Just surrender, let go, and just be present with yourself and with spirit, because spirit is talking to you in the form of animals. I just saw a blue jay, so spirit may be talking to you in the form of birds right now. And there's something very specific about aquatic life, dolphins, whales, all those beautiful creatures. I'm seeing the red cardinal right now, but there's something very specific about a blue jay and a white feather. Follow the feathers, or follow the pebbles, follow the seashells. Don't take them home, spirit is saying. Instead of you taking them home, just sit there with the seashell, right? And there's something about the hermit crab coming through. Let the hermit crab have that space, have that shell for security. Research the symbolism of the hermit crab. All right. Now this, yeah, it's such a beautiful reading, you guys. You guys are going to be surprised when you enter into this gateway. Your imagination is going to play out, and you're going to be shocked as to what kind of life you're going to live. It's beautiful. All right, you guys, I love you, and I will see you in my next reading. Okay, you guys, if you chose deck number 2, this is your reading. All right. Whew. If you guys listened to deck number 1, it was so beautiful. Like, it really, really was. It was really, really good. I immediately heard the word discernment with pile number 2, but I feel like, for whatever reason, I'm being called to say that this thing that has potential, you may see the best in this thing, but spirit is saying for you to make sure that you are connected to your crown chakra energy. And the reason is because this thing that has potential, you have to know with wisdom what is actually worth you putting your time and energy in. And although this thing may be a potential, that does not mean that it is, that it is meant for you to stick around. I don't know why that's coming in right now that way, but there seems to be this need to operate from a space of higher wisdom. What could this thing potentially turn into? If you gave this thing or this person a chance, what could it possibly be? Like, what could this bring? Is this something that you want to get your hands on? All right. I'm connected to the ethers with this one. Like, this one feels very ethereal. It feels deeply explorative. It feels transcendental. It feels very cosmic. Like, it just feels cosmic, like interstellar travel. Like, it's so interesting that it's bringing me to like interstellar travel and like discovering other worlds and discovering other planets. Like, it feels like astrology. Somebody may need to get an astrology reading done. Yeah, it really does feel that way. With this card with potential, it's making me wonder. I wonder, like, someone's been wondering about something. Someone has been dreaming about things. Someone is in a space of quiet. Someone is just simply pulling themselves back and just asking, okay, what if? There's lots of questions about what if with this group. Like, what if? What if? Immediately, we have the moon here. There's something very specific about the moon card coming through right now. I'm just going to immediately move this to the side. Amethyst is, I'm going to put this here actually. Move this. You guys, I've been really particular about like my placements with things recently. I don't know what's been going on with me, but I've been very meticulous about how I place things for whatever reason. I think it's just my Chiron and Virgo that happens. I'll explain that in another video, but anyway. Alright, so. Alright, there we go. We have the moon card. Please, spirit, please explain more about this potential card here. Yep, questions about what if. The 7 of Cups is here. What if the question that was asked in the previous pile number 1, what are you choosing? This is the same question. What are you choosing? You guys got the Ace of Wands in reverse. Also, for some of you guys, Spirit is saying that just because this thing or this person has potential does not mean that you have to invest all of your time and energy into it. Because sometimes that's just all that it is, a potential. And it's not something that you have to beat yourself up over. It's just something that we have to sometimes come to terms with accepting. Some things are just simply a potential. That does not mean that it is that we need it. Does that make sense? Also, some of you guys, I just heard Spirit say you are sleeping on your potential. Some of you guys are sleeping on your potential because you're afraid to explore your power. You're afraid to explore. You are a lot stronger than what you guys give yourselves credit for. This feels like self-doubt at an all-time high right now for some of you guys. This feels like self-sabotage for a lot of you guys right now. This feels like you have so much immense power and you are sleeping on that potential. You are sleeping on that and you're not putting enough time and focus into that. And that is exactly the reason why it just is what it is, a potential, because you're not acting on that thing. Some of you guys are not trusting yourself. Some of you guys are not trusting the process. Some of you guys are, you know that you have it, but your mind is in another space. What if you decided to actually move forward and act on your potential? What could you possibly become? What is the universe showing you right now? What are you being shown? I just heard Spirit say for you to move with intention. Move with intention. Move with intention. That's a message for somebody. Move with intention. Like, there's something unknown here. There's something that hasn't fully revealed itself yet. Yeah, there's something that has not revealed itself yet with this pile, but it's about to. I just heard Spirit say that you're about to be shocked, that you're about to be surprised. This has everything to do with you. You're about to be shocked at how good this is about to get. There's a potential here. Spirit, what else are you saying with this group? What else is it that my soul tribe members who chose number 2 needs to know right now? Rest. Queen of Swords. Alright, so the cards that you guys have right now are the Moon card, the 7 of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Wands in reverse, the High Priestess in the Tower. We have here the King of Swords, we have the 8 of Swords reverse, we have the Strength card reverse, the Sun card, the Queen of Swords reverse, and the 4 of Swords reverse. There's a lot of mental activity happening with this pile. A lot of mental activity happening with this pile, and a lot of the things that your thoughts are directly impacting your feelings, and there are a lot of feelings that are, for some of you guys, very unfavorable. And the reason, there's a level of frustration that some of you guys are feeling because you guys know that you can do something, but for whatever reason, for some of you guys, you're not giving yourself a fair chance, and as a result of that, it's causing some level of frustration. It really does feel frustrating for some of you guys, and I feel that a lot of your power does come, you know, your power, what Spirit is saying is, or your strength is internal. Like, you have to go within yourself. And it's so interesting that I don't want to say that I'm getting frustrated, but I feel a lot of frustration because it's almost kind of like I can't really articulate myself correctly. And I feel that what I'm picking up on is that for some of you guys feel like you cannot articulate yourselves properly or convey what you feel. because there's this level of like misunderstanding for some of you guys, and it almost kind of makes you feel like, you know what, I can't speak, I can't talk, I can't express, because I feel like whenever I do so, it doesn't get anywhere, or it feels like I'm not seen or understood anyway. So what is the point? Spirit says for you to keep talking, even, and keep expressing even when you feel that you can't, because the more that you express yourself, the more you'll be able to find the words. Just express yourself. Also, for whatever reason, I'm feeling that this potential for whatever this thing is directly dependent on what you are willing to do and give. For some of you guys, I feel that there's some type of, wow, I just heard Spirit say that some of you guys, what's being highlighted, because the Sun card is acting as not only an amplifier, but it's revealing something. Some of you guys are mentally destructive towards yourself. Some of you guys are verbally destructive to yourself. Some of you guys are not very kind to yourself. And I think that that is exactly what's holding you back from your potential. It's you not allowing yourself to just be what you are. It's like, for some of you guys, it's just really frustrating, because you know that you have this potential, you know you can do this thing, but for whatever reason you hesitate, and Spirit is saying, is asking, why are you hesitating? What's the problem? There's something being called into question here. It feels like judgment. It really does feel like judgment. Something is being revealed, and I think what's being revealed is how you treat yourself. Spirit is asking you, why are you treating yourself this way? Why do you not show yourself grace? There are a lot of things that are happening right now, and although you may feel like it is a lot, you may feel like it makes you not want to express yourself, but Spirit is asking you to go back and answer the question why. There's some type of review coming in here. There's something coming in here. Some of you guys are rooted in this idea, and Spirit is asking you to open your mind to this new potential, because there's something that you guys are doing that's holding you back, and it's your mindset. For some of you guys, this is your mindset, and you can't choose what you want because too much logic is clouding your judgment. It's logic that's clouding your judgment right now. Spirit is telling you to feel your feelings and honor more of your divine femininity, because you trusting and following your intuition is going to lead you to this potential, but this potential will manifest itself. For some of you guys, logic is exactly what's messing you up right now. It's logic. And I say that because the Queen of Swords, it feels like it is just not fully understanding. This energy just has like a one-track mind. It's not open to anything else but the concrete. But whatever this thing is, you're not going to find it by looking outside of you. You're not going to find it with concrete evidence. You're going to discover it by going within yourself and honoring that dark space. And for some of you guys, I really feel like it's a matter of perspective, and it's a matter of your mindset. Change your mindset, change your perspective, and then you'll see how everything shifts and moves around. It really does feel that way. Honor your passions, honor your desires, honor what you feel, and you will be able to make a major turnaround. It really does feel that way. Also, you guys need a bit more rest. Get a little bit more sleep. Something's keeping you guys up at night. The Nine of Swords isn't present, but the Eight of Swords is. And I feel that for some of you guys, it's time for you to get out of your head. It is time for you to get out of your head, step out into this world, step out into the light, because there's like this dark cloud that for some of you guys are carrying with you. Like, some of you guys are carrying a really dark cloud with you, and Spirit is saying, okay, let's kind of move and pivot into this other space so that you can see that there is something else that can give life meaning. I don't know why it's coming out that way, but in order for you to do that, you have to go within the internal void here. There's something about your emotions that you're bypassing, or you're trying to trick yourself into believing that you're okay and you're not. For some of you guys, the moon right now is connecting me to the mother. It's connecting me to to child wounds here. It's connecting me to some type of maternal figure or maternal family member or things like that. There's something within the mother space, or there may be some type of inner child thing that needs to be healed right now. Logic has carried you a long way. Your intellect has carried you a long way, and now your logic is straying you away from your true potential. You have to be able to let go of what this thing looks like and what you believe it looks like, and go with more of how you feel. Draw power from your emotions, but guide those emotions with divine with divine knowing and wisdom, and with your intuition. What card is this? Page of Cups. Disappointment is coming with this card here. Like major disappointment. And I want to pull just a couple of more cards here to see, like, Spirit, is there anything else that you have to say? As I say that, you guys got the Six of Cups and the Four of Cups. You guys have a lot of cup cards, yep. With this pull, you guys, with this potential, I feel like, okay, there's a card that, Knight of Cups, okay, yeah, this is, yes, okay. So this feels more like one of those things where you just kind of have to, you have to trust yourself. There's a lot of doubt here, but Spirit is telling me to encourage you to trust yourself. You have a lot more potential and power than what you give yourself credit for, and it's time for you to step out and change your perspective, not just with other people, but with yourself. It's time for you to start trusting yourself a lot more, because the more that you say that, the more that you don't trust yourself, the more you're going to find in your everyday life things that validate the reason why you feel like you can't trust yourself, or even another person, or even this thing. Spirit is asking you to trust yourself and to get out of your own head and to honor your emotions. What you feel is a very real part of your experience, but it's just a matter of you changing perspective. For some of you guys, I can't let go of the word perspective. Yeah, it's definitely a matter of perspective. Some of you guys are used to being verbally abused. Verbal abuse is coming through for some people. I'm hearing the word spoken. I'm hearing spoken word. What are you telling yourself? Like, what are you telling yourself? What did you believe? What do you believe about the world that's keeping you away from it? Like, what is it? Because this may be one aspect of your experience, but it is not all. And Spirit is asking you, what are you telling yourself? What is it? Like, I just heard the word delusional. Some of you guys think you're delusional and you're not delusional. Like what you feel and what you've been through, you're not delusional. Somebody may be telling you this. You're not delusional. There's this level of gaslighting coming through. You're either gaslighting yourself or someone else is gaslighting you. Honey, go with what you feel. Go with your intuition. You don't have to question yourself. And this is going to sound really bad. You know, I'm just going to be honest. I'd rather you question someone else rather than yourself. And the reason is because for some of you guys, you've been in spaces where you've questioned yourself so much and you went against your own knowing. And that is exactly the reason why you failed, or not failed, but fell, because you trusted someone else's words over your own. The potential that you have is someone to be powerful, to be strong in your intuition. That is your potential. Your potential is great. You're just not acting on it because there's a lack of trust here. There is 100% a lack of trust. Spirit is telling you to have more faith in yourself. You have the Ace of Wands. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, where is it? You have the Ace of Wands in reverse twice. You have the Tower card here twice. You have the Page of Cups here. I'm not making this up, you guys. Okay, like I cannot listen. Your reading, you got the Tower card twice, upright position. You got the Ace of Wands twice. I can't, guys, I cannot make this up. And then you have the Page of Cups, one in the upright position and one in the reverse position. I want you to trust yourself. You are not delusional. I don't care what people are telling you, you are not delusional. In fact, sometimes this delusion can actually bring you to the space of where you actually want to be. Why are you, oh my goodness, you guys, why are you questioning your potential? Sometimes that's just all that it is, a potential, but it's a matter of you changing your perspective, changing your mindset, and actually not just believing in yourself, but knowing that no matter what, that you have what it takes, you guys. I want you to disengage from anyone who is telling you that you cannot do it. Walk away. They are not good for you. Please. And I'm saying this with conviction because some of you guys are so, you will believe anyone else other than yourself. And the reason is because you're trauma responding. This is a childhood wound. This is something dealing with a childhood trauma. This goes back to the age of 6 for some of you guys. I'm hearing literally at the age of 6, something happened to you. 6, 16. Some of you guys, you experienced something as a small child. It bled into your teenage years. It bled into your early 20s. It bled into your mid 20s. It bled into your late 20s. And it's showing up for you right now in your 30s. You guys, there's a childhood wound right now. And I want you to know that no matter what, that you have what it takes. I love you so much. Okay? You have what it takes. You can do this. I believe in you. I know that you can do it. All right? I know that you can, but it's not enough for me, for Cassie, to tell you. You have to know it for yourself, you guys. I can say this until my face turns purple and blue. I can tell you this until stardust becomes my body, you guys. You have to know it for yourself. Trust yourself. You're not crazy. All right? You are not crazy. I know what you feel is real. It is a real part of your experience. You are sensitive, and it's okay that you are. Trust that, because no matter what, your intuition will always lead you to the right reasoning. You don't have to allow other people's thoughts and ideas and feelings to plague your own. Disengage, walk the other way, because you are stunting your potential the more that you believe what other people are telling you. Remember, they don't fully know themselves, and that's the reason why they tell you what they tell you. They have to calculate you depending on their own perceptions and mindset. They have to control you by calculating you and telling you certain things to believe. And the more that you give them the okay, the less you act and you experience your potential. Let it come out, you guys. Let it come out. I love you so much, and you have so much to give to yourself into this world. But the more that you don't believe in yourself, the more you will find evidence as to why you should not believe in yourself. Change your mindset. Change your reality. Welcome in love and people that are actually going to love and care for you, you guys. You got to trust yourself. Things are not as they appear. Dragonfly spirit, change. Butterfly spirit, transformation. Wisdom. Inner peace. You guys, I feel that what spirit is telling you through these cards is that with this things are not as they appear card, this is letting me know that things appear to be a certain way for you right now because of where your mindset is. It's your mindset. It's where you're putting your attention to. Honor your inner knowing. Honor your inner wisdom, because that is what's going to lead you to transformation. There are a lot of changes happening in your life right now. With the Tower card coming out here twice, and also with the Change card, what is going to help lead you to this transformation or to this new life is you trusting your intuition, trusting your inner guide, and trusting your inner voice, and trusting that divine feminine voice telling you to go, to move, to get up and move. Logic is not going to help you right now. Your intuition is. And your intuition defies logic. And the reason is because logic will point to what makes sense, not to what is always true. And I want you to remember that. All right? I really do want you to remember that. Your way to peace is by honoring that watery aspect of yourself. There's a lot of water here with this reading. A lot of water. This feels like the lighter aspects of Scorpio. This feels like Cancer, like Pisces. This feels very watery. The watery aspects of Capricorn, if you will. I feel that 100%. Things are not as they appear. There is an illusion being created based off of the words that people are telling you. They are creating an illusion for you. And the more that you subscribe to that, the more that you will see it play out in your reality. Okay? Things are not as they appear. Someone's hurting. Someone's hurting. It says, the lower the price of your love, the higher its value. Brain freeze the universe. I'm going to read that again. The lower the price of your love, the higher its value. brain freeze the universe. And it says things are not as they appear. It's so interesting because I feel that when you lower the price of your love for yourself, the higher the value. Because you decide to love yourself without condition and without stipulation, that will increase its potency, that will increase its value. And I feel that. And the reason is because love is awarded to all. It's not something that you have to pay for. You don't have to pay for loving yourself. You don't have to pay to love anyone else. Right? And it's so interesting, the polarity with this card, because it says the lower the price of your love, the higher its value. For some of you guys, you're like, no, like my love does not come free. But the universe says the love is free because everyone is love. And that's what makes it such high value. And the reason is because when you put a price tag on love and what it should look like, especially as it pertains to yourself, it gets harder to obtain it. It gets harder to be in that energy. When you say, you know what, I'm going to just simply be and let this thing be what it is and let me be what I am and not put a price tag or not even put, so much of conditions on it, the higher the value, the higher I feel, the higher my frequency, the higher my vibration. Let things be what they are. Those who get the message are going to get the message. And it's interesting because we have wisdom here. And I said that at the very beginning. There's something, it's like you have to move with wisdom. Crown chakra energy, seeing beyond what's in front of you, seeing beyond the veil, seeing beyond the delusion and the illusion. You guys are breaking patterns of old thoughts. You guys are tapping into your power as a mind. You are tapping into your soul's understanding, your soul's understanding, your soul's journey, your soul's mission. You are tapping into soul wisdom here. Dragons are coming through. Sagittarian energies coming through. Check what's in your Sag and what's in your ninth house. I love you guys so much. And please know that what's going to guide you now is your intuition. Trust it. Trust your higher knowing. Trust your wisdom. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to put yourself out there too much. Meaning you don't have to say everything that's on your mind. There are some things you can keep sacred, but move with wisdom. Your potential is great. Your potential is powerful, and your potential is going to show should you decide to change your mindset. Okay? That's your way to inner peace. Let peace be what it is. And this beautiful clam here, and this beautiful butterfly. I love it because you know what? This is you being deeply connected to the ethers. Connect more with your angels and your guides. Constellations. Astrology is coming. Again, astrology. It makes so much sense now. Your north node. Where's your north node? Your potential lies in your north node. Check that. Wherever it is. I don't know where it is. Just check your north node. That is where you're headed. That's where you're going. That is your potential. Honor that. Okay, you guys? I love you so much. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I appreciate love your time and attention. I appreciate love your willingness to trust me enough to do your reading for you. Right now, I want to invite you to visit me online, CassandraTurner.com. And I also invite you to hold my hand over at Magic of Eden on Instagram. I have all of my information linked down below in the description box. And I will see you all in the next reading. Hello, you guys. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for coming on here with me today. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get right into the reading. So, if you chose pile number 3, then you got the raw clear quartz here, which I love it. You know, it's dope. And we're going to go ahead and move this out the way. All right. Now, I want to say that with this card, with these cards here, it was so interesting because the cards were, it almost kind of felt like I was tripping over shoestrings. Like I was tripping, like the cards weren't really like coming out. And when they came out, it gave this like insinuation of it tripping, of like the cards like tripping and falling. And there is this energy of like stumbling, right? And it's so interesting because now that I'm actually reading, like pulling the cards or like shuffling the cards, there's this idea of like tripping and like stumbling or like running into somebody and then like your stuff drops on the floor and then this person that helps you pick it up, it's like, oh damn, like I bumped into you and you bumped into me, and at first there's like this first initial reaction of like, damn, like why you ain't paying attention? And then the other person's like, oh my bad, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to find my way. And then instead of you continuously overreacting with irritation, you just kind of ease up and you're like, okay. And then next thing you know, like you just have this vibe of like, wait a minute, like where are you from? Like, do I know you? And in fact, it's almost kind of like you knew this person from like a past life, and you're like, wait a minute, like damn, like there's something about you that I know. And then next thing you know, you guys just kick it off. You guys kick off, or whatever the term is, you hit it off, and then that's just what it is. And it's so interesting because, oh my goodness, you guys got the moon card like the previous deck, so you might be coming from deck number 2. I feel like with this one here is that, ooh, okay, ooh, this is interesting. Wow, this is interesting energy. I also want to say too, by the way, you guys, that for pile number 3, one of the cards that came out earlier was the Hangman, but it came out while I was shuffling. Well, while I was, shuffling the cards like how I normally would off camera. You guys may see it every now and then, like where I'll put all the cards on the table and then I'll spread them everywhere. The Justice card did come out. So basically, with this pull, for whatever reason, blessings is coming out here, and I feel like they're coming out in the most unexpected ways. And it's interesting because I also heard the word clarity. With this pile, I heard clarity, and I feel like the fact that I heard the word clarity, I feel that if you guys were in a space where you actually were in a space where you kept tripping and fumbling and falling and feel like that you were failing, I feel that the answers to the questions that you keep asking yourself are going to be revealed now. And I feel that the fact that we do have the Moon card here, along with the Two of Swords, along with the Hangman in reverse, along with the Ace of Cups and Death, this is a matter of you. For some of you guys, it's you getting up. You've been sitting still for too long. You've been closed off for far too long. Ooh, there is a sense of fear and hesitation though. It's interesting because the Fool card, I had to go chasing it and it came out in the reverse position. Oh wow. Okay. Two of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and the World card. All right. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I want you guys to know that you don't have to be afraid. There's no need to be afraid. There's no need, like none at all whatsoever. You guys don't have to be afraid at all. I want to put the Fool card down here. There's no need for you to be afraid. I do feel that sometimes like there is, and there also was like this sense of like hesitation that came through with this deck. There definitely was a sense of hesitation, but oh my god, the Justice card came out again. Okay, so this card is needed. I'm gonna leave it because I did say earlier that the Justice card did show face, and here it is again. So I'm gonna leave that card there. Okay, I'm gonna stop shuffling now. What are these cards? 7 of Swords, 5 of Swords, King of Swords. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. All right, blessings. It's so interesting that these cards are all coming out, but you got blessings here. There is, again, some form of clarity coming through with you guys. I do feel that with the Two of Swords showing up, because I do feel like it is a very powerful card on the board right now, it almost kind of makes me feel like you've learned how not to make decisions out of your feelings. And or you are learning how not to make decisions about how you feel, but versus how you feel intuitively. All right. This, for whatever reason, feels like, okay, there is a sense of clarity. I'm getting a vision of like clouds moving away from the sun, like these dark gray clouds moving, and then the sunlight is being revealed here. That's what this feels like. It feels like something, it feels like something being revealed, and there's this clarity coming through. I feel that there is a relationship between the third pile and the first pile. This feels like you allowing yourself to step out so that you can experience newness, but there's something that Spirit wants you to do first, and Spirit wants you to set your intention first. In order for you to go into this space of blessing and fulfillment or whatever, Spirit is asking you and calling you to set your intention for it. We have 2 aces on the board here. We have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. In order for you to feel things that are filling up your cup, Spirit wants you to plant the seeds. This also is in reference to something that you may have did during the Cancer new moon. Oh wow, you have the 10 of Pentacles here as well. Wow, this is transition and change for you guys. I just heard the words emotional fulfillment, the world. You guys are also leveling up as well. This is so crazy because with this one, it doesn't see the difference between you guys and pile number 1 is that this doesn't feel as romantic as it did with the first pile. With this one, it feels just like overall in life, whether it be relationship, whether it be a job, whether it be, you know, with yourself. This really does feel like it's just overall. This is a new chapter in your whole life being stepped into. In fact, it's not even just a new chapter, it's a whole new book being written. If you guys are writers, I see you guys starting a new book. If you're a poet, I see new poems coming in, new ideas for poems. If you're an artist, I do see more potential for I just heard like meet and greets, and I also am getting a sense of like new projects on the horizon. This feels more purposeful outside of relationships than it did in the first deck, in the first pile. Like it really does feel that way. I do feel that there is a sense of newness, and I do think that in order for you to get there, in order for that to happen, you're gonna have to make a decision. Something feels sacrificial. It's so interesting because there's something that you're going to have to sacrifice in order to get to this, into this space. There's something you're letting go of here, and you have to come to terms with the fact that you're just going to have to let that go. And as much as you may not want to, Spirit is saying, well, if you want to, then, you know, this is what's weighing you down. And if you want to keep experiencing lack, then keep it around. But if you don't, then let it go. And that's just, it's almost kind of like an ultimatum. If you want this part of happiness, this is what you have to let go of. For some of you guys, it is a belief. It definitely is a belief. Now, the 7 of Swords here, the 5 of Swords here, and the King of Swords. Listen, there's a really harsh truth coming through right now. And the harsh truth is that you were in a space where you felt defeated. You were in a space where you were around people who made you feel defeated. And now it is time for you to say, you know what? I'm not accepting this anymore. I cannot do this. I'm done. And it feels like a breakup. It feels like there were so many things that were going on that, you know, people were getting away with. There were some things like that you were also avoiding. And the harsh truth is that you were avoiding these things because you felt defeated and you didn't want to feel defeated anymore. But now it's time for the harsh truth. The harsh truth is that these are things that you have to face. These are things about yourself and others that you have to face. This is you being responsible and saying, you know what? I have to be honest with myself and say that this is where I felt defeated and this is where I no longer will feel defeated anymore. Because what's keeping you away from experiencing this thing that you want to experience is you avoiding it. There's a sense of avoidance coming through here. I cannot make that up. Also, with the Justice card coming through as well, I do feel that in order for you to even the playing field and in order for things to come back around and in order for things to become back to a balance, there is a sense of judgment that needs to be had, but it's you really sitting with yourself and giving yourself the harsh truth. This feels like Sag energy coming in being like, you know what? It is what it is. This is what it is, right? And you can either accept it or you don't have to. And if you don't, then this is what you can expect. It's almost kind of like this really harsh reality check that you guys are going through. But for some of you guys, you need that harsh reality check because it keeps you in alignment. For some of you guys aren't going to get it unless it's told to you in a way that is, what I'm hearing is brutal. And I'm also hearing straightforward. Like genuinely, I can't make it up. Like I really do feel that way for some of you guys, for real. And I do feel like what Spirit is saying is that there is 100% something that is changing in your life right now, but you're going to have to make that decision to change, because how can you expect these beautiful blessings to come through, but you're not, or you're in a, while you're in a space of like lying to yourself, or while you're in a space of avoidance. Because if you keep practicing avoidance, then you are going to end up eventually avoiding what could potentially be long lasting in your life. Make the decision to break away from the things that are not serving you. I know that I sound like a broken record. I know it sounds cliche, but how often do we actually believe that? How often do we actually know that? The harsh truth is that there's something that you have to sacrifice. The harsh truth is that there's something within yourself that you have to face. And the harsh truth is that there were mistakes that you have made along the way. It is okay for you to allow yourself to pivot away from those things, but to also learn from them. And that is what you are coming to terms with. There's something that you're coming to terms with. There is clarity coming through. It 100% is. And that clarity is coming in the form of a really harsh truth. Someone may say something that was very unpalatable, but are they wrong though? You may have said something that was unpalatable for somebody else, but were you wrong though? Nope. The answer is no. You are not. But this is beautiful, because now that you know what it is, you know now how to move. You know what to do. Right? And I feel that this is setting you up for something so good. It's so sweet. Oh my goodness, it's like that sweet taste after a really bitter bite of something. And I'm also seeing like the guava, I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry, you guys. Forgive me. I think it's the guava, but you may want to look into the symbolism of that. There's also something coming up here about the fig. Like I'm seeing a fig, some type of fig, like the fig fruit that's coming through right now. It's so beautiful. Wow. Like the fig is coming through. I want you guys to look up the not the definition, but look up the symbology or the symbolism of the fig and of the guava. There's something about these fruits in particular. I just heard like mandarin oranges. Look up the symbolism of that. There's something about fruit coming through right now, and also exotic fruit. Like I'm seeing star fruit. I'm hearing that. I'm seeing dragon fruits. Like there's like these different types of exotic fruits. I just heard kumquat. Like that's so specific. Like what? Damn, that's specific as I don't know what. I want you guys to really look into the symbolism of that, but now I'm gonna go ahead and turn some cards over. The World card, I do feel that there definitely is this level or this new book being written, new projects, new adventures, new everything. New number, who this? That's the energy with these cards. All right, we have the 8 of Cups. So 4 cards came out for you guys. We have the 8 of Cups here in reverse. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Death card in reverse. We have the Death card twice. And we have the Ace of Coins twice. Ace of Pentacles twice. Interesting that we have that. So we have cards that are coming up twice are the Death card and the Ace of Coins. I heard the word hesitation. Some of you guys are expecting to fail. You're not going to fail. Some of you guys are expecting to fumble. You're not going to fumble. You're not. I do feel that this change is inevitable. You guys have been wanting to experience a higher vibrational life. And you are. You just have to give yourself a chance to. I think that with this Ace of Pentacles, ask for help. Ask for help from your ancestors specifically. There's an ancestor here who wants to help you. This ancestor does have a lot of earth energy. They may be a Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo, but I'm picking up more so on Taurus and Capricorn. I do feel like this ancestor does have a very strong earthy quality to them. They may be well-rounded, but I'm picking up on very heavy earth energy with this ancestor. I just heard the word old man. You may have a very masculine ancestor who does have a lot of earth energy. This ancestor does want to help you. I'm not seeing a face, but I am seeing hands that are dark skinned. For some of you guys, they're considered, I think the word is moreno, like dark skin. This feels like an indigenous ancestor, and I'm seeing like a hat, but the hat is, or like the crown is like feathered, and I'm seeing like crown feathers, and I'm also seeing the peacock feather. This feels or looks like an indigenous ancestor. I also just heard something about Cuban or like Cuba, like ancestors from Cuba. Cuban ancestors, that's very specific too. Something about Central American ancestors coming through. something about tribes. There's an indigenous ancestor coming through right now. This ancestor is very earthy, and they also have a very bit of heat to this. There's a heat to this ancestor, Aries-like energy. This is a chief coming through. Ask for help from the chief of the tribe. That's something really specific. Take it as it resonates. If you guys are not indigenous American based, if this is, for some of you guys, you may feel like you gravitate more towards your African ancestors. Whatever African ancestor was more of like the leader, that is the one you want to talk to, because there's some type of energy or some type of knowledge and wisdom that they have. And this could be the ancestor that you have been working with that is actually giving you the harsh truth. Trust in what this ancestor is telling you, because this ancestor has seen you many lifetimes, is what I'm hearing. The relationship between you and this ancestor transcends all lifetimes. It transcends time. Like, you and this ancestor have an eternal bond, and no matter what life that you guys are in, you will always help each other. And this time they are helping you this go round. Does that make sense? Those who are going to get it are going to get it. So yes, that's what this does feel like. Okay? Now with this Queen of Wands, this really does feel, this energy feels very loud, and it feels very like, you know what? I hear her saying, I forgive myself. I'm going to step up and be who I know that I am without apology. I'm going to forgive myself. And it's because of who I am that I attract blessings in my life. That's what it feels like. All right, moving forward. We have change is always good. Yeah, change is definitely coming for you guys, like ASAP. ASAP Rocky. Healing. I love this for you guys, healing. We also have renewal. We have openness, which is beautiful. We have the moon card here. We have some, well, not the moon card, but we've got a lot of moon energy here, and we have thriving. Yeah, this is a new chapter in your life coming in, and the blessing sometimes comes in a form that you may not even expect. I can't see you expect. I feel like this blessing is something that you could never imagine. But in order for you to receive this blessing, there are some things that you're going to have to change about yourself. Being more open, getting yourself out there, listening, surrendering to, you know, this divine wisdom, and also knowing that you are in a space in your life where things are changing for the long run. They're going to last for a long time, but it's going to take for you to put yourself out there and to be honest, to be bold, and to not be afraid to walk away from what is not serving you. For some of you guys, it is a mindset thing. Change your mindset, and also just, you know, logic is not going to help you with this one. The only thing is, though, is that harsh truth is going to help you with this one, and accepting it and knowing that you accepting this harsh truth and that clarity is what's going to help lead you to this change. Okay? Somebody's getting some money. Somebody's getting money. I heard jackpot. Like, if I just could have this amount of money, these are the things that this is what I would do with it. I just heard something about you're about to hit the big bank, like, swear. A new job, perhaps, a new career, a new level up in your career. This is scary for you. This does come with the form of anxiety, but guess what? You're about to thrive, babe. Don't even trip. You sat with the harsh truth. It is what it is now. Now go be free. Go be free. Go thrive. Right? Be open. Fly. Run, jump, soar. That's what Spirit said. Run, jump, soar. That's beautiful. Start this new life, you know? Remember at the very beginning when we were saying that when someone's like bumping into you or whatever, and then like there's that first that first level of like irritation, like, what are you doing? And the next thing you know, you guys just hit it off. Yeah. Sometimes it starts off as you not knowing or what's going on. It catches you by surprise. But when you open yourself to this thing, you'd be surprised as to what blessings into your life should you just trust it. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for trusting me to give you this reading. And if you guys need anything from me, visit me online at CassandraTurner.com. I got oils, I got bath salts, I got candles, and I'm also going to be giving you guys more knowledge and wisdom as to how I use these things and how I combine poetry and magic. So be on the lookout for that. And what I'm currently... Okay guys, my battery died, but the last thing that I was going to say was that you guys can also hold my hand over at Magic of Eden on Instagram. I am definitely willing and ready to work with you guys. Also, I was mentioning that what I'm working with in the spiritual shop is the Peace in My Home anointing and ritual oil. And the reason why I'm working with this is because, for one, I do need peace in my home. And I'm also working with the Peace in My Home fixed candle. And I actually was going to do a reading with this candle, which I will be later on. I'm going to be introducing this to you guys in the Apothecary. And this that you just heard is my chair, by the way. I don't know why I feel the need to say that. So yes, I'm definitely working with, you know, working my magic over behind the scenes. And yes, I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video.